everybody should keep in mind. In the stock markets, you are always learning.
My name is Chirag Vaishnav and here we are in the podcast session 2 with Satyam Goyal. So in the session 1 we basically discussed about finance, investment, stock marketing, how to get started with it and a lot more. So if you haven't watched it out, link will be in the description or in the iTab above. Do check it out. And in this session we are going to discuss about his journey, that how he gets started and what mindset a college student should have if he or she want to get started with it. And after that we discussed about how the prices of stock fluctuates and manipulates and a lot more. So do watch till end and let's get started. How are you, Satyam, and how are you doing?
Hi Chirag, I'm absolutely amazing. How about you?
I'm fine as well. Let's start with the first question, that how you started with this amazing journey in stock marketing. Means how it started, how you got to know about it.
Alright, so Chirag, as you know, my dad works, he has his own NBFC, that is a non banking finance corporation, and he has been involved in the stock market for the last 30 years. So I sort of grew up with this, and if you like talk about active investing, I've been actively investing or been an investor slash trader for the last 3 years.
Okay, and so that's a really fortunate thing. Means right now you are doing great as compared to all the others at the same age. So that's a really fortunate thing, and you have also done hard work as well. So as you are having some prior experience in this field, okay. So what should be your advice to a college student, to a new who is not from the financial background and want to get started with the stock marketing and all? So how should he start? Means there are certain ways like paper trading in which he or she is having zero risk to get started, or there are a lot of ways also. So can you please throw a light on that part?
So, if you're talking about how a college student should start, considering we're engineering students, and majority, like a lot of the section of people who will be looking at this might not have a financial background, it is very important and it takes like a lot of priority that you know your finance. Now, when I'm saying you should know your finance, you should know basic terms, you should understand at least basic accounts, you should understand different financial terminologies and jargon that is used before you actually sort of jump into this. Now, I
Means you have to study. Means you have to study a certain amount before starting investing. Means
right.
money is a valuable thing.
Right. So the thing is that a lot of the public goes in blindly into the stock market and ends up losing money. Now, most of y'all, if y'all do start investing, not to discourage y'all, but y'all will end up losing money in the start. So, which is why number one, start small if you really want to invest. If you feel you don't understand how to invest right now, there is something called as mutual funds that you could invest through. Now, mutual funds are basically, you see the ad mutual funds sahi hai. So mutual funds sahi hai in case aapko trade, you don't understand finances, you don't understand companies. So what are mutual funds? Mutual funds are essentially organizations who you give money, who promise you, who technically don't promise you but also do promise you better returns than keeping your money in an FD or in a bank account. It's that is what incentivizes you to give them money, and what they do is essentially invest in the stock markets for you. They have people who analyze, they have people who manage your money, they have people who understand companies. So in case you feel you really want to just invest for the investing purposes of it, you should probably go with a mutual fund. However, if you want to get into finance, probably you feel like I want to be a trader long term, I want to shift to finance or something like that, I would really recommend number one, get your finance straight. There is no reason you look at, oh, IDBI looks nice at 41 bucks and I buy it. Turns out 2 days later it goes to 36 and you've eroded a lot of capital. So that is
Yes.
usually what happens with most of the public. And I will give you an interesting story as to how. So if you look at the big corporations, mutual funds, the FIIs, if you that is the foreign direct investors, the foreign private investors, lots of people involved. There are domestic companies, sort of, which invest in the market. Now, if you look at their scores and statistics, they make profits 70 to 90% of the time. Now, if you understand stock markets basics, Chirag, you will agree with me. It is a non-zero. It is a zero-sum game. All right. It is not a
Yes.
non-zero-sum game. That is, if somebody is winning, there is somebody on the other side that is losing. In fact,
Exactly.
it is a negative sum game sort of, because you also have to pay brokerages and your cost in that goes in trading and your taxes out of everything. However,
Yes.
one could also argue that it is not technically a zero sum game where people are losing 90 to 70 to 90% of the times, because there is also wealth creation. As I told you, markets do increase in their overall valuation, and the public the public still, I would say, like the usual domestic private investor who has a little bit of capital, not a lot, ends up losing money. So, my advice remains: number one, understand finance, at least the basics, to be able to read the company's balance sheets, to understand what, if a company does some action, if the promoter does something, what it means, what impacts it could have. There are a lot of free courses on YouTube, on Udemy, on Coursera that you could, access for free to understand what this means. Now, when it comes to choosing stocks, so when it comes to choosing stocks, there are multiple reasons a person buys a stock. Number one, somebody recommends it to them, which seems to be nowadays the most um, popular method these days. Number two, you watch it in the news or some other Instagram. You watch it on Facebook. You join a page which recommends calls to you and gives you calls and stuff like that. Or two very basic and two very real things that people do to stay in the markets long term is analysis, analyzing a
Analysis.
company,
Exactly.
analyzing a stock, analyzing their position in the market. So there are two sorts of analyzation that you could do. That is a fundamental analysis and a technical analysis. A technical analysis is purely based on charts and graphs that you see of the company's price action movement in the past, volume action movement in the past. That is how you tell if the trend of a company is.
Means about the future
Yeah.
plans or also the reputation of the company.
No, Chirag, not essentially the reputation or their plans for the future. It's more sort of how the graphs of the price, what has historically the price moved like, what are the volumes of the stock. Yeah,
Production.
not production, the value of the
Okay.
stock. It's
So
totally
I
all right.
stop
It's
interrupting
totally
you.
all right. No, no,
Okay.
it's all right. The value of the stock, and many other factors as to stuff the company has done in the past, how it has managed its asset, how it has effectively managed the company, stuff like that. Um, so when it comes to purely graphs and numbers and charts, you call it the technical analysis, and it is more used in trading, that is day trading, weekly trading, short term trades. However, there is something else known as a fundamental analysis, that is in depth, going into the balance sheets of a company, its past results, and everything that the company does, and analyzing how the company is going to go in the future. That is what is called fundamental analysis. Now, these are the ways people usually buy stocks, and if I get into each of them, it will genuinely be very big. And I do not myself think I'm as knowledgeable as a lot of the other people in the market to, sort of.
But I just want to slip a question in here that if a professional, okay, he's doing some other work, okay, means suppose I'm an engineer, okay, from 10 years from now I want to invest in stock, so I can't just go in that detail about analyzing all the charts and the sheets and with the fundamental analysis as you said. I just want to keep somehow good information about all the stocks and invest in. So uh, according to you, what should I do? Either hire some person, or a stock marketer can also be a profession for someone. Means if I'm a stock marketer, I'm able to get that profit that is good for my living and all my wishes that I want to do.
Chirag, there is one thing to the stock markets that people really underestimate. It is ruthless. It is volatile as hell. You cannot, if
Yes.
you could have told me that this is the direction in which the Nifty is gonna go tomorrow, I would be a billionaire tomorrow. I could borrow as
Exactly.
much money as I could today. I could borrow $10 billion, short my position or long my position, depending upon what it's gonna be tomorrow. I could square it off tomorrow and come out with a hefty profit. But that is not what happens. So if you are in a profession or something, I would recommend, if you are if you're very enthusiastic about the stock market, if you're very enthusiastic about companies, their performance, and analyzing, in which scenario you could start investing on your own. Put in 5,000 bucks, 10,000 bucks, probably your own. If not, you take it from
Yeah.
your parents. Consider it as sort of money that you're putting in to learn. Even if tomorrow it goes down to zero, you could say, okay, I spent 10,000 bucks to learn the stock market. This is how you do it. You need to jump into the pool to learn, all right, if you are enthusiastic and passionate about it. And you will make a lot of rookie errors that people usually do. You will buy on recommendation of the news. Now, there is a very famous saying that I think Warren Buffett said. That is, you will never make money in the markets if you do what the other people are doing. You have to go against the trend. Say today
Yes.
everybody is buying some stock and it pushes up the price by say 10x. You need to understand if that was rational or not. Say today you short the stock, tomorrow when the price falls, you will be correct and a lot of other people will be failing. So you need to understand my point here being, even though you will make a lot of errors like buying on recommendation of the news, I personally believe people should throw the news, chuck the news, never look at the news at all, at least for stock recommendations, because I have seen how they manipulate stocks. There was recently a Hemant Khai scam that happened. He was banned from being a news anchor and a lot of other stuff. So these news channels are basically, what they do is marketing. That is all they do, and I do not recommend at all that you buy
Means
stocks.
at the end somehow
Hmm.
they are finding their profit as well,
Yes,
so they can
absolutely. So if
create fake rumors.
absolutely, they pump and dump stocks onto the public, and the public ends up losing. So never look at them for calls, for your calls on buying or selling something.
Okay, means just going apart from stock marketing, but the thing is same. You can see the Elon Musk have tweeted about the Dogecoin, and you can see the fluctuations. Means you can see that from which level it has occurred to, means like at the heights now. Okay, it means everyone is interested in the Dogecoin and all. So you can see a single tweet, means a single influencer can create so much influencing, so much difference in the market. Similarly, in the stock marketing, if the news anchors, if they are creating false rumors, so it can affect the market in a bigger way.
Right. So that's the thing. Retail public nowadays is very gullible. People literally buy stocks just if you tell them today, okay, buy the stock, it'll go up in the next few days. People will buy it. Why? Because again, greed. Greed is one thing that kills people in the market. So now, yes, people, as I said, are gullible. A single tweet by Elon Musk on the Dogecoin got it to increase from say $1 billion in market capitalization to say 47 or
Exactly.
something. Now, yes, that does happen. You can ride it, you cannot ride it. That is again a personal call. Okay, so I just personally believe if you want to learn stock markets, you should just be on the lookout for any and all research that you could do on a stock, for what you can learn about the markets, about a company, and then make a wise call. And everybody here is here to steal your money from you. You should understand, everybody wants to make money, and um somebody else's profit is technically your loss at times. So you
Exactly.
should understand there are a lot of things to keep in mind when you're trading, and you should just keep researching. My dad, even after 30 years, he says he's still learning, and that is one thing everybody should keep in mind. In the stock markets, you are always learning.
Means the thing is that means learning never stops.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was my next question as well. Ke if as a college student, if anyone is getting started with stock, what should he or she keep in mind? And आपने उसका बहुत अच्छे से जवाब दे दिया है सत्यम. So anything else you want to share that, okay, this is like guru mantra if you want to get started with the stock marketing.
There is, everybody finds their own guru mantras in stock markets. You should just believe in yourself, trust the process, and invest wisely. Never be impulsive, never go for unlimited profits. And one thing that I, having met big people who trade, I have realized, never ever trade on leverage. Never take money from somebody. Like even brokers give you leverage on stocks for intraday trades, you will always end up losing. I have personally tried. It usually happens whenever you take leverage, you borrow money from people or anything. You should not do that, because here you're playing with money, real money, and it gets real challenging real fast. It gets very real very quick.
If you are playing with money, there are chances that you end up winning. But as you said, someone's winning is someone's losing at the same time. So there is a chance that you end up losing as well. So you are saying that we should not trust others, but at the same time, there are the people in the industry or in the trade who are giving you advice that can be beneficial for you. So at that time, I think you should just be selective. Means suno sabki karo khud ki types.
Actually, well, absolutely. Even though I have been very vocal about you not listening to people, it's kind of hypocritical of me. I've got an own channel on Telegram where we give analysis. So now,
Okay.
here's the thing: there are people who copycat trades from, say, big investors like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and there are other people who do analysis of stocks, who do the grunt work of analyzing, of doing technicals and fundamentals. And there are always operations on a stock where somebody manipulates the stock and everything. All of this news is gotten to you by certain people, and it does help a lot of the times, but again, you need to be very cautious about it, and you should only do something if you trust in it, because when there's a profit, everybody will come tell you, see, we told you this is how you got a profit. But when you've got a loss or anything, people will just run away, and you will be the one who is now without his money.
Exactly. So, as Satyam mentioned that he is having his own Telegram channel, so link will be in the description. यार जाओ join करो. So he basically keeps you up to date with all the stock news out there. So this was a lovely, informative, and a very good session with Satyam Goel, where we discussed about that how to get started with finance and investment, what is stock marketing, what is the organization that regulates stocks, and means everything about it. So thank you, Satyam, for this session.
Thank you, Zurag, for having me. It was lovely being here. I really wish you well for all the future podcasts that you do. See you.
Thank you, and the same for your all the future endeavors with stock marketing and all your financial as well as professional life.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Chirag. It was lovely being here.